manipulate that JSON back into a different format that chart.js wants. It's a very painful code. You can look at it, but all that nonsense has been done, so you can kind of use this and drive it to the next level. That is the one. And then I'm actually also using one thing to point out here is Fluent UI components. So if you see here, right, these are all tables and charts, and all those are actually coming from Fluent UI. So Fluent UI is supposed to be the framework of choice that Microsoft pushes towards Teams. But there are some gotchas here too. There's a newer version of Fluent UI that doesn't work with the Teams I tried. They recommend us to use, I mean, all the sample apps definitely use this React North Star. So this is an older version. It's probably going to be sunset sometime soon. But for now, we have to use that. So if you want to look through the documentation and all these different quick starts and components, we can feel free to do it. I have tried to make it work for at least the simple things. This is all React components, so you can pick anything you want to form. You can pick that and then kind of get an idea how to use it, right? So that is what I have used. So this table is what so this charts is from Chart.js, nothing to do with Fluent. All these tables are actually Fluent UI tables that I have used inside the Teams interface. Then I tried to start off putting a form where, let's assume a customer has come into the dealership and then they're given the car, and you're working with maybe a mechanic or somebody who's inspecting the car and trying to find out what is wrong, what is good, etc. So I try to put in something and it's privacy, but I'll rename it something else. So if you click on that, it actually launches a form. So inspection capture form, I got a bunch of things from a different website where like a checklist. I tried to put as much as I could. So you can see here that I got some at least to kind of make it look real. It's checking different fluid levels, internal, external inspections, whatever. It's all fake, but it's going to work. And these also are Fluent UI components, like I showed you. If you go to the form here, these are all the individual examples they give you. You can play around with it and then make it even better, with all these fancy things. Um, it's not very mature, maybe, but it's okay. It will work. So if you hit submit here, you can tell you like it'll give you all these beautiful features where it's a required field, etc. It doesn't give all the required fields at the same time, but it does work. Maybe you can customize it to make it better, but I just went with the vanilla version, right? So the idea here is, the mechanic has come back with a paper copy maybe, and then you want to kind of take that data and put it back in here, and then maybe discuss with the customer. That's kind of the use case here. Maybe we can maybe make it better by scanning or something, but that's cool. For now it's okay, right? So I fill up this thing and then put in the win number and all that. I'm just going to click it now. It's not going to insert into the database, so it's okay. Then you can actually pick different things like if oil needs attention. Let's ignore the debugger for now. And then needs attention here. There are some issues with React and the way it works with drop downs, but I think I'm not the most qualified in React, so I'm just learning it as I'm doing it. So if you can find somebody who knows this and then kind of tells me what's wrong, that'll be great. Then we do all of this, and then you say I agree to terms and submit it, and then it'll tell you inspection data has been accepted and okay. So this part is not hooked up yet. So what I have done is this is actually going to call an internal server-side URL, and I'm just sending this part right now. It's all fake, but this is a server side, and it's posting that message uh, to the server side from the React app. So maybe in the future state, we will take all those fields. I am having issues with the dropdowns, like I said, it doesn't work right. Once that works fine, I think this JSON document will be an inspection report that gets posted back, and we can process the database and we can build in functionality for search, etc. But it all depends on what how much the team wants to do and how much you want to take it further, and how much value really it adds for the hackathon, right? So that's something that we have to figure out. Maybe we can focus on some more innovative concepts than building more and more features. So I'll leave it to you guys and kind of we'll brainstorm, and if you want to comment in the video also, that's fine. We can kind of take it up and try to see what's better to incorporate. right? So that's pretty much what a form is. So I got covered these three tabs. In terms of use, it was all a bunch of legal garbage. I removed all of that and kind of repurposed it into a video demonstration kind of a gallery. So obviously, it's it's pulling videos directly from my YouTube channel and kind of displaying it right here. It's kind of a promotion too in the simplest way to explain it. So you can actually run this video right here. I can run that video right here. It will work just fine. So just wanted to demonstrate that as like, and you can repurpose this to maybe show vehicle repair videos or maybe vehicle care videos or whatever, right? And you can make all that configurable and maybe even take it one more level up and say this whole application can be configured to multiple businesses. So maybe it's all focused to a car dealership right now. If you can abstract the whole thing out to maybe come up with a canonical product versus like how right now we have got cars and customers and everything. If you can make it more generic, then maybe you can use this directly into maybe a plumbing scenario or a yeah, or in a part scenario or anything you want, right? So that's kind of what the vision is. If you can pull it off, maybe the hackathon mentors, maybe the hackathon judges will like that. I don't know, but really honestly not sure. But yeah, I'm totally open to ideas, and this was just give you an idea of this is the default page. Every app gets this. You can see that there's only one tab, and then these are all fake links. So you can adjust them to point to the right places. So just the idea of this particular video, not trying to make it too long, but is to just kind of give you an idea of what the state of the application is, and you can see that it's actually working inside Teams. It has SSO enabled. It doesn't ask you to keep logging in again and again. This forms needs work because it's obviously not working correctly. Um, and if you want to repurpose this to a different video set of videos, I'm more than happy to kind of work towards that. And that is pretty much it for this video. I wanted to kind of show you a quick demo of what the application on the server side for the employees use it. So you can kind of use it it can kind of consider it as an operational app that is working inside Teams. So this is all built native to Teams. There's nothing behind the scenes that is like in the previous example, right? We had a Node.js application, and that was just running inside Teams, like we showed. You can also run that outside, but this one is actually running completely inside Teams, and it is using SSO. So you can actually go to localhost 53,000. It will not show you any data because it doesn't know your context. So just want to show you that piece too. You go here. If you go here, this will actually open the app, but I can see right, welcome, and it doesn't know who you are, because I mean we can make this also work outside of Teams by connecting it to AD and asking for OAuth tokens and all that, but it's really not required because Teams is actually doing a lot of the Teams FX actually, to be frank, right, is doing a lot of the work, and then it is giving us all that kind of for free. So if you open this up here, if you go to the source, let me close all this. It's going to be confusing. Um, so if you go to the components folder, like I think I explained this a little bit before. So in the on the client side, it is a React application, and you have index JS, index CSS under the components. Under the components, you have one component for each tab. And you can see, right, it's a configuration tab is configure what tab you want to show, etc. You can enhance it to maybe show or hide certain features based on what who has logged in. This is monthly summary. This is summary. This is terms of use and terms of use, right? So that's and then privacy. Privacy is the one which I've repurposed to use as YouTube videos. Terms of use is a form to capture the inspection report. We can change all of this to be realistic names, but I got all this directly from the default app, and I didn't bother changing it to more realistic stuff. So this is pretty much all your high level things, and the sample is where it is integrating all the other stuff that is important to build this. So we'll do another code walkthrough just to get your feet wet. Just want to show this out. How that base application, right? In the previous video, we saw the base application that comes out of teamsFx default. That how we have actually taken and customized it, right? If you remember that old app, it had only like one tab, and then it had a bunch of things mentioned there about, deploy to Azure, etc. So all that is kind of taken out, and then this is a more realistic application that we can actually use, right? And like I said before, tabs is the client side app, API is the server side app. Just so that is pretty much for this video. I just want to give you that a high level walkthrough of how the application is coming together, especially on the server side. And I would encourage you to go play with it and try to come up with some good ideas where we can make it more visually appealing. Because in the other hackathons that I have attended, a lot of focus was given on usability and the visualization and innovation rather than features. So you can have a lot of features running in the back end, and very minimal features showing up on the front end because of that. But that does usually doesn't go on, get noticed much. So I would recommend focus more on the UIPs and try to bring in some fancy elements into the UI. Maybe some kind of like a walkthrough or something to kind of make it more innovative and more appealing to the users. So just thank you again for watching, and hopefully this helped out a little bit.